Like, you only had what, fucking, like 3 hours of sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great, dude. That sounds like something to just like get your life going for the day. Like, you know what? I only need three
It,
hours, bro.
actually, it kind of feels that way because when I woke up and started like just doing shit, I was like, why am I gonna go back to sleep? I don't feel like sleep is necessary.
Yeah, till tonight comes. If you don't fucking go to bed earlier, tonight's gonna come and you're gonna be like, oh, like a Mack truck just ran you over when you wake up tomorrow.
Probably. And you know what? I I expect it
You're gonna
at this
like
point.
park this big Mack truck right in that little garage.
Yeah, exactly. Break my sides and everything. That's that's what I'm looking for.
Oh, man, gaping. Interesting.
Oh,
So, so I'm assuming you already hit record.
oh, you already know.
Well, guys, welcome to episode 16, I believe it is.
Dude, do you know? I actually don't know. Hold on, because I'm
I
looking
think
at
our
our
last
YouTube right
upload was
now.
15.
Yeah, 16. So it is episode 16.
Episode 16,
And
and
this
let's
is how
talk
we
about
start.
big Mac trucks
Gaping
right in this
holes.
little garage.
Mmm. That's my
Garage.
kink. Small
Uh,
gaping garages.
do you like do you download old episodes of like 90s commercials and watch like the Tonka Toys fucking commercials and shit?
How, yeah, I look at it like, oh, that could be me right now. I should call him.
Jimmy's mom.
Jimmy's mom. Would you like a little bite of my croissant?
Walkie slosh. Anywho,
Lord.
so let's start this off good, and let's I don't know if you want to do spoilers or not, but I want to start off by saying that we watched the Godzilla versus Kong a couple days ago. Hector came over and we watched it, and I thought it was pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I will definitely. I mean, well, because I never watched any like Godzilla or Kong movies in the past. Well, I have, but like years and years and years ago. So
Right.
like I never really found much interest to see him again. Um,
Yeah. So yeah,
so
with that being said,
yeah, it wasn't bad. I really actually liked it. I think it did not get enough hype. I think. I think the movie
yeah,
was well done. I think it was pretty dope. I mean the argument I'm seeing right now is like why Kong was better or why Godzilla was better. And personally, I went. It is funny because I went into the movie saying like I want Kong to rip that ass. I wanted Kong to put a smashing,
see,
but
here we go again with the ass smashing and stuff.
listen, it's on the brain. It's on the brain. But then, like after watching the movie, I mean, Godzilla embarrassed the fuck out of Kong.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely I realized talking to people who have been fans of Godzilla or Kong for a while, they were upset with certain parts of the movie that didn't make sense to them,
Mm,
or they questioned a lot of things.
mm,
And I've never been like a I've never been really a huge fan of either. Like I've always looked at it as like, oh, this big giant monster destroying things, and like that's all I looked. I didn't really give a shit about the story. I didn't like follow the timeline or the history. So to me, the movie was really good,
mm,
but there was things. I mean, even like when we were watching the movie, I was even questioning like how does this make any sense or why is this in the story? But I think like an overall experience. I don't know if just like because there hasn't been any movies in 2 years,
mm,
maybe like that is what helped my opinion. But
mm.
I thought it was good. I went in there like I just wanted to see two big giant titans beat the fuck out of each other, and that's what I got. So I guess I couldn't really ask for anything different.
Yeah, yeah. Very true. Very true. Yeah, no, I definitely enjoyed it. I'm actually glad that we saw it. And even with that, I mean, I agree with you on certain parts too. That like I had some questions. Like my biggest question for that was like the whole throne room in Center
Yeah,
Earth. Like, what was that? And why
yeah, that
was
was my biggest thing.
yeah, that like how they had like all those Titan statues, and then they had Godzilla. I mean, because yeah, King of the Titans. I get it, but like, why didn't they just have a statue of him? What was the
Yeah,
point of that like nuclear radioactive like that little circle? You know that the
right.
light source, and is that like a life source for him, or like they I don't know. There wasn't enough that was answered
Maybe
about
he's the
that.
real Captain America.
I well, I mean, considering that they created Godzilla as a I wouldn't say a mockery, but kind of like they created it in the imagery of the U.S. government during World War II,
Yeah,
and he's absolutely destroying this American created Titan. It was kind of like, haha, goes your ape. Like so, like they, he's just he's Godzilla, being he. Godzilla is destroying an American imagery, and
yeah.
so like I don't know if that's the case now, but I don't know. I really don't know. I would consider him a Captain America. Um, I don't know.
See, I don't know if they're gonna do anything further. I'd like for them to go back to this storyline well, and I'd like to see more Titans, more monsters coming from Hollow Earth and tying it in. That would be cool if they did like another one where they bring in like five more monsters or something, and these two have to like team up again or some shit.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I don't know. I think they did definitely leave it way open ended at the very
Yeah,
end of that.
yeah,
Like I don't know, because then with Godzilla, it's like okay, so where's Godzilla going now? Like where he just dives back in the water and then just disappears for however long, and then uh, Kong is back on in Center Earth, and what? He's just gonna swing from branch to branch and eat bananas for the rest of his life? Like what is he doing? What is he actually going to do? And like I don't know. There's just too much. And the fact that like well with some of the clips that they did show, there's a lot of big fucking other monsters down there. There's a lot of big old shit.
yeah.
So there's so
That's
much that they
that's what
can
I'm
do.
thinking. Is I hope they go back to that route and like touch on other monsters and stuff because like technically like all right I guess we are going to get into some spoilers here but like depending on depending on if you follow Godzilla or whatever I guess depending on if you watch the Japanese or the American um I guess Ghidorah was in the movie or King Ghidorah whatever you want to call him depending on which storyline you follow but
Mm.
technically he's still alive. He still has two heads. The third head was cut off, and technically in the history of Ghidorah, they made a mechanical head to be replaced onto the body. So technically they could do Ghidorah with two regular heads and one mechanical versus Godzilla and Kong. So like there is other stuff they could be doing, or like you said, there was other monsters and shit. There was those I don't know what the fuck they were called, like face huggers or whatever those creatures were that got
Oh yeah, the
shipped.
skull crawlers.
Yeah, they got shipped with Millie Bobby Brown, Jesus Tesla. Like really the only reason why I watched the movie was because of her. But the creatures that got shipped in an egg from her, like where is the I guess parent that they got the DNA from to create those things? Like that thing might be there. There's
Yeah.
so many more monsters that could end up being there.
Right, right.
So
That's what I
definitely
hope
could
they
be a
have.
future.
Yeah, yeah. I'd like to see them do more with it because it just seems like at least lately what they've done is with any Godzilla movie, it's always kind of been the same kind of thing. Like you, like
Right.
they show up, or he shows up, destroys shit. People band together, beat him. Don't kill him, but like beat him, and like he's gone, the world is saved, blah. So like it's just the same recycled like plots, and
Yeah.
I hope that they kind of like go outside of that box and like I don't know, Godzilla meets Jurassic Park. I don't know, it's just something. Just come up with something.
Yeah. Definitely doable. Definitely doable.
And
So,
what else? No, I mean no. I mean I guess that was it. Another thing that I hope that well, I mean it depends. I mean if they do make another film, um, I I think I want I would not want, but I would like to see, believe it or not, the little girl have more involvement. Cause I mean, she only had a few like key parts, like the beginning, then the part on the
yeah.
ship where she went out in the rain, and then
Oh, you're
like
talking about the little deaf girl.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and then where she was sensing his heartbeat slowing down. Like
Yeah.
those are the only key three parts where the rest of it was like focused on the lady, the researcher, and the doofy like military guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
That's true.
she was such a key part. Like it was almost like with the OG films where Kong was like connected with like the blonde woman.
Hmm.
Like if anything, she personified that blonde woman. Like she had the connection, that connection, but you kept her out of a lot of the film. I don't know.
Right.
Like I think they could have done a little bit more with her.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I mean that was my take. I mean, I don't see very many things that were like bad. I think that the
Right.
conspiracy theorist guy. I think he was pretty funny. He was pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't know. That was one of my biggest parts of that movie that I just I don't know, I just couldn't come together with it was I was kind of sort of rewatching it in the house, like somebody else was watching it and I just sort of paid attention a little bit.
Hmm.
But like going back and seeing his character again, I was just like, this guy is just I don't know why movies feel like they need to have that character that just like accidentally falls upon something. But he just like he wasn't a smart character. He was an engineer. It's not like he was like a scientist or somebody that would have had this information. He just had a tinfoil hat on and happened to have some kind of access. So I wasn't a big
Yeah,
fan.
actually, now that you point that out, yeah, there was an example. And now that you say that, like, I got a really good example of that. Okay, so how did he stumble upon the core that they built Mecha Godzilla with? How did he stumble upon that? It's when Godzilla like blasted the base, and there was the
Right.
wide gaping hole where they were like
You are
wide
the
gaping
gaping hole.
hole, like where they were housing that core or whatever the fuck that was. So okay, so go back a little bit further from there. How did he manage to get there? He was just outside of the door where they were housing it, where the two guards were. Back it
Right.
up even further from there. How'd he manage to get to that door? When they were evacuating, he somehow slipped in to that door,
Hmm.
that like emergency door. So you mean to tell me, with that kind of level of security and that kind of, uh, uh, well, yeah, just that level of security that you would need normally to get there. You mean to tell me you don't got somebody with a gun waiting there at the door just to make sure that no unauthorized people enter? As crazy as shit was getting and how crazy it was, people having to evacuate. You really don't think the door that leads to the core of this super secretive, like, destructive weapon, you are not guarding it, and the only people who are guarding it are two doofy motherfuckers on the inside? After you just
Yes.
watched all these people enter that door, you managed to slip in there as a lowly engineer. That, like, and right, that's why I said, right when you said that, that's the only scene that stuck out in my head. Because everything else was just like all right, so they just so happen to get lucky and dodge these people or dodge this or hide from this. But like the one thing that started it all that kind of pushed the story or propelled the story forward for him, and then Millie Bobby Brown, whatever the fuck her name is, and
Whoa.
her weird friend John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith, whatever his name is.
I fucking hated that stupid kid.
He, and he was another person, honestly, now that we're on that I don't think did too much for the film. He was a filler character.
His brother had a van. That was it. His brother had a van. That was literally his entire role of that movie.
And I think what they also did, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's me, but what I saw him as, a unneeded second comic relief.
Yep.
Because I mean, he had a few jokes here and there and whatever, but like his character seemed too much. I don't know. The only good role that he played, during every scene in there, was the fact that he made the connection to destroy the computer and pour the drink into it. Other than that,
but Millie Bobby Brown's character could have done that too.
Well, right, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's to the point of him like really not being that important, and the only thing that he made of worth was that connection. So
Pretty
like,
much, yeah.
So he technically didn't even need to be in the film,
right? Because when he mentioned something about he was gonna give up, he was like, "Oh, great, he's gonna give up. He's gonna get drunk and give up on us at the end." And she was like, oh, I think it's kind of sweet that he keeps his dead wife's flask on him or whatever. Like, she could have made that connection herself at that point. Like, oh, you've got alcohol. Let me dump it on this computer. She could have done that. So he was completely pointless.
Right, because she's super fucking intelligent, too, because she was on the same wavelength as the conspiracy theorist guy. Like, she had, there was no way that she wouldn't have pieced the two together. Like, oh, I can't stop this computer, but I can damage it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how could you not make that kind of connection throughout that whole thing? And then suddenly just this kind of dead weight in the cast just decides, hey, let's pour this on it. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I didn't have too much of a problem with him overall. I just don't think he was necessary.
No, he definitely wasn't.
Let me see. Who else wasn't really necessary? I mean, honestly, you know what? If this may be unpopular for me, was actually that the research lady,
the one that was the mother, adopted mother.
Right. Honestly, aside from the fact that she was the adopted mother, I don't think she was that important either. And I think they put too much focus on her character.
Well, here's the thing I didn't know, and I'm not disagreeing. I'm definitely agreeing with you. But apparently, somebody in this house is a Godzilla fan and a Kong fan, and he said that he thought the guy that was working with the research lady and the research lady are apparently from the last Kong movie.
From
so if that's true,
King of the Titans or whatever that is,
or whatever, Kong Skull Island or whatever.
Okay.
If that's true, then that would make sense as to why they were in the movie. But yeah, they did kind of play pointless characters. You are correct on that.
That would make sense. Because they did make reference to it. They did make reference to
not at all.
No, yeah, they did. Like earlier, like when he went to go see her in the the containment thing, he did make a reference to like seeing him in the past. But like they never made reference to.
That doesn't necessarily mean that they were in the movie. He could have seen them in the past, like 6 months.
Well, right, in the past 6 months, but that's still like they didn't show anything in the past. Like they didn't
Yeah, because
show.
when they were showing the history of like Kong and Godzilla, they showed a lot more content from the past two Godzilla movies, but there was barely any Kong footage in that like flashback of like the
Yeah,
beginning, how they show the history of the Titans. They
yeah,
show a lot more Godzilla stuff than they did Kong.
right.
So if there was any Kong stuff in there, like I definitely missed it because I even questioned you. I was like, why didn't they show footage from the movie?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. I remember you asking about that.
Because they showed a lot of scenes. Like they even showed Bryan Cranston, which I was surprised wasn't in the movie. They showed his character and what happened with him in Godzilla
Yeah,
for like the past history, and I'm like, that's weird. Why aren't they showing like Jack Black or anybody else that I remember from the Kong movies?
right, right.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know if they were part of Kong before. I definitely don't remember them, but I can't honestly tell you that I remember a lot from the Kong movies, anyways.
Not that I paid attention like that. Anyway,
Yeah, but.
but yeah, man.
I don't know. I mean,
Overall, good
it was
movie.
still good. It was a
Yeah,
very good movie. It was very, very good. Apparently, it did really good in theaters. I mean, that's not really saying much since there hasn't really been any movies. But when
for
you look
what
at the
it's
other
worth.
movies that went to theaters, Mulan, which apparently was super racist, so that didn't do good. And what was the other movie? There was like some Disney animated movie that just came out that you have to pay like extra to watch if you want to watch it on Disney Plus.
Oh, are we talking about The Last Dragon? Raya and The Last
Yeah,
Dragon?
yeah, yeah.
Yo, I
Yep.
watched. No, that movie's actually really fucking good. I
I
watched it.
want to watch it, but I'm not paying $30 to watch the movie.
Oh, no, no, no. It was. We saw it on, or I saw it on, Amazon Prime because my sister has
Oh,
it, and so she came
oh,
over and she saw
wait,
she.
it's free on Amazon Prime?
No, I wouldn't say it's free on Amazon Prime. I'm just saying
Oh,
that she
okay.
has the Amazon Prime Video like subscription or whatever, and we watched it
Interesting.
here, and it was dope. I actually really liked it. The concept and everything. The story was great. Like it was nice. It was definitely a good, a well made film.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely something I want to check out for sure.
But yeah, no, that definitely it's worth it once you get an opportunity to see it for way less or for free.
Did you yeah, absolutely. Did you see your girl Zendaya is playing Lola Bunny?
Oh, I didn't see that. No, I didn't. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't check the
Let me
cast.
let me just tell you, not that she's not attractive, but I used to be super attracted. I think everybody was to Lola Bunny when I was a
Oh, you
kid.
mean the original? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she was so fucking hot. So then when I seen Zendaya, I was like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on, what? When the fuck did this happen? And then you got the TikTok fucking Bugs Bunny challenge going on. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna see her the same anymore.
I'd like to see her do that challenge. I mean the. Oh, there's no way to put it. I just want to see her throw her ass up. That's it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Bugs Bunny.
I'm hoping the movie stays not the movie, but I'm hoping everything kind of stays the same. I know this is going to be a controversial statement. I'm just going to get it out there, but I think it was wrong that they took out the fucking skunk. I understand the skunk was a bad character to begin with of creation. I get that. I get he's a very rapey, creepy character, but that's what he always was, and we was okay with it before, and nobody's ever complained before.
Until
I just
cancel
thought it would
culture.
I just thought it would be cool if he was, maybe he wouldn't even do his shtick, but like maybe like a background character be like, oh hey, it's that skunk dude.
Or right,
But
or he play like, or have him play as a like, like how they have like the defensive coaches, or they have someone that
yeah,
that does some kind of like coaching, or even I don't know, like have him be some kind of supporting role, but not be a main character.
right. Yeah, it would have been nice that if he was able to stay in the movie, but he got taken out because he's rapey and creepy, and I understand why. I get it, but I don't know. It's just it's a fucking cartoon, man.
Yeah,
It's not like he's like, "Hey kids, go out there and rape your neighbor." Like he's not. I don't know. I get that it's wrong, but it's just I don't know. It wasn't wrong when I was a kid. I never thought of it like that. I thought of it just like, oh, this dude just keeps getting shut down and he just ain't gonna stop. I never took it as, oh my God, like that other skunk just really doesn't want it. Why does he just keep trying to push her boundaries and peer pressure? Like I never took it as that ever
Yeah.
as a kid.
Yeah. Yep.
But there happens I seen today, I don't know, there's like maybe like a crowd shot of Space Jam, but there's apparently like a fuck ton of weird cameos in the movie. Like
Yes.
the Joker's in the movie, both Penguins are in the movie.
The three from Clockwork Orange.
Right. Yeah, there's a hell of a lot of just like weird random crowd cameos. And I was just like, wait, why? Like, why is the Joker in the movie? What's his name? The clown. He's in the crowd for no reason.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's just like a bunch of like weird cameos. I seen maybe it was on Instagram. Somebody posted like some screenshots from Space Jam, and I was like, that's weird. But
Also, hold on. Let me see. I'm trying to think of who else I see. Let me see. Because I'm looking at one image that they had. Oh, I'm looking at one right now. Also, there's the Ice King from Game of Thrones.
yeah, yep,
Ice
that was one of
King,
them.
Game of Thrones is in there. Yeah, the Clockwork Orange. There's a couple guys from, like a couple medieval guys that are from, what should we call it? They look like they were from, oh Jesus, what the hell is it called? Monty Python.
Okay.
There was, because the same screenshot where they show the three Clockwork Orange folks just on the right of them in that image, and then also remember Kitara from what is it oh geez, what is it called? Oh, from Thundercats. Remember Kitara,
Yeah.
the female character, in that same image. So you're looking at the three Clockwork Orange guys. You go to the
Hmm.
very right of the image, you're gonna see the two medieval guys, but just above them, you're gonna see someone wearing a blood orange suit, like tight suit with light orange leggings, and has like light blondish orange hair. The shirt is low cut, and she's throwing her arm up in the air. Like it looks just like Kitara from the show.
Yeah.
Let me see what else. And it honestly, it looks like Voldemort will be right behind the three Clockwork Orange guys.
Hmm.
At the top, um, you'll see the Mystery Machine, Scooby, Shaggy. Like you'll see the team. They're up there on the hill. So they're up
Interesting.
there. Um,
I'm
holy,
wondering
like
if that's
there's a lot.
because of COVID.
I don't
Because
know.
I would assume they were working on the movie in some kind of way before COVID.
Maybe these were some of the films that were supposed to come out but just didn't.
Well, yeah, I guess it could be that, or just like movies that these other actors have worked in, or the directors, or just other properties that they own. Because Game of Thrones is on HBO, so that makes sense.
Yeah,
Not saying that the Ice King makes sense in a Space Jam movie, but it makes sense as it's on HBO.
yeah. Right.
I
Um,
mean, I'm slightly hyped for this movie. All I gotta say is, and this is going to be very, very personal. I don't think it's going to be as great as Michael Jordan.
right.
I hate to be that guy, but I think Michael Jordan is much better than LeBron.
Now, yeah, you see the photo I just sent you. Look on the far left. On the far left, that's the Ice King from Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
And then look at the far right, the two medieval guys.
yeah.
Kitara right above them, the orange. Look at the dead center
Yeah,
and
I
then
see
look
the
up.
mystery machine.
Yep, right there. Yep. Yep. And then look at the 3 Clockwork Orange guys, and then look at the little head in between the arm and the shoulder. You see that
Yeah,
little
that's probably Voldemort. You're right.
that looks like Voldemort to me.
Now,
Yeah.
because you sent me this picture with it circled, I'm trying to see who's behind them
You see that
in a
suit?
superheroes.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking. That's what I'm gonna look for. Because these are just like screenshots from like some other parts. And then hold on a second. Let me share this photo because you were talking about the rumor for it.
Yeah.
He's on the right hand side of this photo that I'm sending you right now.
There's Don Cheadle. Oh yeah. So then, okay, in this photo as well, um, I forgot who they said she's supposed to be, but right behind her you have what the fuck's his name? Morpheus and
Morpheus and Agent
Agent Smith.
Agent Smith. Yes.
Agent Smith, and then right in front of it, the clown, you have the blue monkey from Wizard of Oz.
Oh, I didn't know who that was.
Yeah, that's the monkey from Wizard of Oz. Don Cheadle right there in the middle. I don't know if he's supposed to play War Machine or what, but
He plays
that's
some
Don
kind
Cheadle.
of god character. He's actually a main. He's actually like a main character in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he plays like some kind of god something. There was another trailer that I saw that he was like actually I wouldn't say no, you know what, not maybe not a main, but like a supporting cast. He's more like a supporting cast.
Hmm. Yeah, there's definitely going to be like a lot of cameos, and like I said, I don't know if it's because of COVID or if this was originally an idea that they already had, but um like I guess it'd be cool just to see randomly who pops up and who you can see in the crowd.
Yeah, right. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, not Kitara, it's Chitara. Like cheetah?
Chitara, oh yeah, Chitara.
Okay, let's see. Oh my god. Okay, so remember the old ass movie Throw Mama from the Train?
Yeah, sort of.
Somebody made a connection that she may look like Mama Fratelli, like the mother, the deranged mother.
Hmm.
The original one that I showed you with the Night King on the left.
Hmm.
Well, if you look on the right, there's another like blue face person. That's
Yeah.
like one of the other White Walkers as they call it. But just
Yeah.
behind her, you wearing the black with the hat on, people are pointing out
Oh yeah.
yeah, that might look like her. That was so fucking dope. And then I do see the one where the Joker's in there somewhere. I did see that, but I can't tell.
The Joker. There's two different versions of the Penguin. There's like the newer, skinnier version and the old, um, Danny DeVito, Danny DeVito Penguin as well.
Let me
So
see.
there's
Oh,
there's
there's a
definitely a lot of
lot.
cameos for sure.
Oh, I see. Yeah, the mask. Oh, yeah. There's the guy. Well, it looks like the mask. There's skinny penguin, fat penguin. I see that. Agent Smith, Wizard of Oz. Yo, that's fucking dope. Let me see what else. I'm trying to find some clear pictures that they have. Let me see what else. Yeah, because now that you mention it, this is actually pretty fucking dope. Curious George apparently is here. Curious George and the the ranger with the yellow hat. Let me see what else, because I'm going through some Twitter posts here. No, but they're all, because nobody's making any reference to the superhero. That's I'm
Right.
trying to see if I can get a shot of that that background without that circle, because I need to see what the fuck was in the back there. Let's see. Nope, I don't know what that movie is. Damn, no, not close enough. That was way too far off. Ooh, I found an image without the without the fucking circle on it.
Okay.
Oh, I don't. Oh, I don't know. Actually, I don't know who the fuck that is. Hold on, let me send that to you. Because at first, believe it or not, I thought that was what Emperor Zorg or whatever from fucking Toy Story. Uh, that's who I was like thinking that was. I'll send that to you. So now you can take a look. Zorg or Zerg or whatever the fuck his name was. But no, it's some dude.
What the fuck? Oh, wait, hold on. Is that LeBron James like a gold medal fucking robot? Like, what the fuck?
No, that guy's white.
Uh, no. No, LeBron James right there in the purple jersey playing basketball.
Oh,
That
no,
guy's
I
not.
don't know. Oh, you mean this like metallic character?
Yes.
No, I don't think they turned him. No, no, he didn't end. He doesn't end up turning. Well, I mean, maybe, but he's actually part of the whatever the opposing team is.
Okay, so I think I have an idea. I think I have an idea of who that guy is. I just can't tell you the name.
The superhero or the guy with the basketball?
Superhero. Um, let's see. Fuck. Was he? I want to say. No, not Birdman. Well, you know what? Actually, let's try that.
Or are you looking up like superheroes?
Sort of. I I want to say for some reason I can't find him in a blue suit. It almost looks like Cartoon Network's Space Ghost Birdman.
Oh, okay, okay.
Um, I don't think that's it though. It's definitely a cartoon. But I want to say he's usually with a dog. I don't know why,
Okay.
but
Let's see. Hold on. Birdman
maybe it's part
superhero.
of Hanna-Barbera.
You know what it
Oh no,
closed?
wait,
Oh,
this.
okay, there was one that it almost reminded me of, but it's not close enough. Let
Hmm.
me send this to you because this is one that I found. But the only thing that's missing, honestly, are because it looks like he has either a cape or wings in the
Yeah.
photo. But this version does not have that patch in the middle
Oh, nope,
like
I
the
know
other.
exactly. Sort of. That might be close. I know exactly who this is now. He is, he is a Hanna-Barbera character.
Okay.
Apparently he did a movie recently with Scooby-Doo. It's from Scooby-Doo Mask of the Blue Falcon. It is his name is Blue Falcon, and he's got some weird fucking dog with him.
Oh,
But
okay, like some radioactive looking.
it's a doofy like green dog. That is 1000% him.
Yeah, yeah, because you can actually see something green next to him too in the photo, but I can't really make that out just because it's so fucking blurry. Can't really
This
tell.
is this is him. He's from Scooby-Doo. Well, he's done a crossover with Scooby-Doo. His
Got
name's
it.
Blue
Okay.
Falcon from Hanna-Barbera.
Got it. Dope. Okay. Okay. So
So
nice.
that is him.
Look at the little detectives we got over here.
I knew he had to be a Hanna-Barbera character. I was like, he looks so familiar. And then I just told you before I found him, I was like, I think for some reason he had something to do with a dog.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yep.
for sure. But yeah, there's a lot of cameos. I'm kind of interested. I don't really care about the LeBron James part, honestly. I just want to know if they continue the story from when I was a kid
I
and if it's as good.
yeah, I don't think they'll do that. However, um, I'm actually, now that we've gone through all this and seen how many we can recognize, I'm just wondering, who else we're going to see. Let me see, because now I'm looking through all these fucking images and seeing who is in here or who I can spot. No. Yeah, I
Well, you
don't
got to
know.
think
Doesn't
too.
even.
That's during a basketball game, and that looks like maybe like possibly like a huge celebration, like the end of the movie, like the Super Bowl or
Yeah.
their March Madness, whatever the fuck basketball does. I don't know. So I'm assuming there's probably other games that's going to be in the movie. You might see a whole bunch of other people you never thought you'd see.
Right, right, and these are just still shots that we're seeing. It, who knows who else we're going to see throughout the movie?
Right. So, yeah, there's that I'm sort of looking forward to. Um, Mortal Kombat for sure. I don't.
I was just about to touch base on Mortal Kombat being another
It got
exciting.
it got pushed back a week though.
Oh, did it really?
It comes out on the 23rd now.
Ugh. All right.
Yeah, I was kind of excited for the 16th, but now it's the 23rd. But I mean, I don't know. It looks really cool. They definitely said that they have a handful of fatalities in the movies, so I can't wait to see who dies.
Yeah.
Um, and I can't wait to see how they die. I know that sounds really twisted, but
I mean, this is Mortal Kombat. That's like a
yeah,
staple in every fucking game that's come out.
yeah, yeah. I'm excited. I mean, the plot just kind of sounds the same as usual. It's just a tournament of the mortals or whatever, and
Right, right.
fight. I don't. I honestly really don't give a shit about the story. Like it's a pretty hard story to fuck up. It's always been like a world tournament.
Right.
So as long as they stay with that concept, I think they'll be okay. They're actually using Asian characters or Asian actors for Asian characters. So I think it's already on a better foot than the past couple of movies. The
Yeah.
past couple of movies weren't bad. They were just very cheesy.
Yeah, yeah. I'd agree with that. And I actually do like that because it adds so much more authenticity to the fact that we have Mortal Kombat because of Japan. Or
Yeah.
because of like Asian
Oh, what
community.
you're saying is you don't want to see Dragon Ball Z with all American actors again?
I would rather shoot myself in the foot and then stick it in
Oh
bleach
man.
than to ever
Ugh, what a
watch
bad
that
movie.
film. Oh my god.
Bad movie.
It's so bad, I don't think anybody wants to touch that film. It's that bad.
We will never have another Dragon Ball movie ever.
Nope. Nope. And you know whose fault it is? White people. Thank you. Thank you, white people.
White people. Yo, those are your people, bro.
No, I don't claim them.
They claim you.
I hope not. They can claim somebody else who wants shitty ass taste in movies. Oh my
They
god.
claim you, man.
They better not. They can claim
They
this dick.
they sure do. Well, I mean, they might do that too. I seen your TikTok of you in the shower the other day, and I was like, oh,
Where are
maybe
you?
maybe maybe white people are gonna claim you. I don't know. Where are you?
Where are you? Oh Lord.
I seen that and I was like, I don't even know if I should even bring this up. I don't know if we should ever touch base on this, but we did.
Touch bases?
Um,
Much like touching
no,
tips, or
not definitely nothing like touching tips.
okay, just checking.
Definitely nothing of the touching tips type.
Okay.
No. No, just not my thing, man. Like it's cool if it's yours. It's not my thing. So,
All right.
um,
Well, I'll be thinking of you.
I'm not gonna. Well, I hope you don't do that. I really hope you don't do that.
Oh,
But
that's funny.
you are allowed to be whoever you wish to be.
Oh, I will.
I kind of hope you just do that on your own time.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, hopefully just in your mind. You don't share it. Anywho, so I think also, um, I know it's much later in the year, but what the fuck is it? Rune is supposed to come out.
I.
It's got Batista in it.
Oh,
No,
okay.
Dune. Sorry, Dune.
Oh, Dune? Really?
Dune.
They're making
It's an
another one?
old, yeah, it's an old movie that did really, really fucking really bad, but they're redoing it completely, and it's got Batista, some other people in it. These are just like the Warner Bros. Movies that I'm thinking of, the HBO. Um, there was that. There was another one that I was looking into. Uh, oh, the next Matrix is supposed to be showing up this year or early next year, I believe, on the HBO app.
Oh, okay.
So that's definitely going to be something to look forward to because Matrix is dope, man.
Interesting.
So, yeah, there's nothing really major that I don't know. This year just kind of seems blah. Like it's all just going by way too slow, honestly.
Yeah, of course, when there's a year with not too much going on in it,
Hmm.
and this is how slow it goes, but yet when so much shit is happening and we want to make time for everything, it's too much. Too much, too quick, too fast.
I guess we just needed more pandemics in our life.
We probably do. When's the next one? I don't mind fucking shit up for a bit.
Schedule that in. But
We got time.
yeah, yeah, right now it seems like too much time.
Yep.
Things just aren't moving fast enough, and I don't know. Again, it could just be me. It could just be because like the pandemic, like everything just seems to move slower. But I don't know. Like I was literally just in a party on Xbox talking with a friend of mine before you sent me the room code, and I was just waiting to get a message from you. So we were just like shooting the shit, and he was talking about Outriders, and I was like, oh, the game kind of looks shitty. I'm like, honestly, like, I'm trying to be 100% honest. I'm like, I played the beta, and I thought it was absolute dog shit. I didn't like it. It
Mm.
felt like fucking uh goddamn, what's his name? Fucking the blind pianist. What the fuck's his name? Ray Charles? Ray Charles. Felt like Ray
Oh, okay.
Charles was fucking like recording the whole like cutscenes
Mm.
because the camera just wouldn't stop shaking. And people were like, "Oh, well, that's just a glitch." And I'm like, I don't know, dude. Like, I think it was like made that way,
Yeah.
and I don't agree with the whoever thought this was their great vision of what a game's cutscene should be. But I kind of got like motion sickness just from playing the fucking beta. But
Yeah.
we were just like talking about games, and I'm like, dude, honestly, like obviously I play a shit ton of Destiny. I play more Destiny than I fucking should, to be honest. But that's usually the only thing that I'm ever really excited for, and like the new Halo. Other than that, I can't really tell you of anything coming out that I honestly give a shit about. Like, I don't play sports games. I've
Yeah.
given up on Call of Duty. I know you still play it, and that's great. I don't want to keep playing the same fucking game constantly, and that's what I feel like Call of Duty has been. So I can't get excited about that. Like I can guarantee there's gonna be one every fucking year, no matter what. So there's just no enthusiasm behind it for me. But there's like nothing that's really been announced that I care about this year. Like games, movies, really anything.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I
And
hear
I'm like,
you.
this year just fucking sucks, dude. This is like the aftermath of COVID.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit that I'm just like no longer like hyped about. Um, especially since like I'm streaming, so I have my streaming channel and trying to
Right.
go through and find games that like I can branch off to. This is why I wish I had a PC. Though, granted, don't get me wrong, like I'm still like I prefer console over PC. However, PC has so much more access to like indie games and other titles that like are absolutely fucking fantastic. It's just they have more variety, like just way more variety than console will ever have. But it's just I don't know. Like it's also more of an expensive like area to get into. And I don't
Yeah.
know. It's limiting to say the least. It's very limiting to be on console, but it's also money saving. So like it's there's pros and cons on the on both ends, but yeah, especially with the games that they've come out with so far, there isn't much that's gotten me excited. The last game that I bought that was new, that was like new, was Little Nightmares 2.
Hmm.
And that game blew my fucking mind. It was amazing. Loved the story. Loved everything about it. But like the last time a game was like that was the game Tell Me Why that was made from the makers of Life is Strange.
Oh,
And that was like a year ago, maybe more.
I think something like that.
Yeah, it was some time ago. So like a whole year with not one other game that's been considered like a new release or in development that I've been excited about, and that's kind of bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I can tell you there's a game that's been on PC for like fucking 10 years that I've been wanting to play that we supposedly have been trying to get for years. We're finally getting it next month. It's called Rust.
Yes, yes, I've heard of it. Yes.
That should be a good game for you to stream because when you start off, well, if it stays the same as when I remember watching it, um, you start off as just like a naked dude on a beach with a fucking rock.
Yeah, and you had to like literally build
Hmm.
a civilization, and well, not civilization, but like build a home really, and
Yep.
either befriend or like uh, create factions between other groups if you want. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I've
think that'd
seen
be a
I've seen
very
some.
interesting game for you to
Yeah,
stream for sure, especially with your personality. Because I'm definitely gonna try it out because I've been wanting to play it, but I refuse to go to PC. I've never gone to PC and I won't do it. And now that Xbox finally has it or is getting it, now I'm kind of excited to play that. I don't know if it'll like grab like hold my attention, but
yeah.
it looks just like Ark. If you've ever played Ark, it's
I've
like Ark.
I've watched my nephew play it a bit, so yeah, I know about Ark.
But there's that, and then there's the other game that I've been like nonstop playing for the past 4 days. Is I don't know why, but Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I wanted to buy it when it came out. I didn't know anybody that had it. Everyone that I usually play with, they're just like, "Oh, Dragon Ball Z's garbage. It's all about Naruto." And I'm like, "You mean the guy that fucking runs with his arms behind his back? Like that shit sounds stupid to me. These people are like fighting gods and shit. Like you're telling me that that's not cool." But I actually have two friends that I didn't know were interested in Dragon Ball Z. And this game's actually I think it's on sale right now for like 8.99. It's fucking cheap as shit.
Huh. Okay.
It's stupid cheap, but it's really fun. Like the storyline is kind of garbage. It's always been the same story every Dragon Ball game no matter what. But it's cool cuz like they change the story a little bit and you have to go back and like correct the story to how it's supposed to go down.
Oh, interesting.
But it's got like I don't know, it's really fun. There's a lot of shit to do if you care about like doing everything in the game. There's a
Yeah.
lot of shit to do. You can get trained by certain people and it's really fun. I've been nonstop playing this like the past 4 days. And I'm
Oh,
kind of mad that I didn't do it when it came out. It's that good.
I'll have to research into it a little bit more and see how I feel about it. Maybe, maybe not.
Well, I think I could be wrong. I think this is part of the weekly deals. I don't think it's part of the Easter sales. So I think this game goes back to normal price Tuesday.
Okay.
So you have like today and tomorrow to think about it if you're interested. But like
Okay.
I said, it's $9, man. I happen to do stupid surveys every week on Microsoft because I do Microsoft rewards. I turned in a shit ton of my points and I got a $10 gift card, so I basically got this game for free.
Nice.
But I mean, dude, $9, it's definitely worth $9 for sure. And I know you like Dragon Ball, so it could be something else you might want to like stream or get into or whatever. It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's definitely fun, especially if you go like the route of like a Super Saiyan and like you have to unlock everything, and then you get like the ability to maybe go Super Saiyan, then Super Saiyan 3, then Kaioken, then fucking to go God. Oh, dude, it's so cool to go God mode in this game.
Hmm. Yeah. I'll
It's
look
really
into it.
fun.
I'll look into it for
It's really
sure.
fun. So, yeah, I don't know. Just hasn't been much to look forward to, really. Just kind of blah. That's what life's been. Blah.
Life's been blah for you.
Just blah.
I don't know. I think honestly, there may be a very, very good chance that sometime, I wouldn't say near future, but distant future, I will switch over. I mean, I would not 1,000%, but I will be including PC streaming.
Oh no, this is how it starts.
Well, no, I mean I hope not. Anyway, I mean my allegiance has always been console, but like with all like for example, when I think of the games and shit that used to be, well, not used to be, but the games that are available on hubs like Steam, all of the fucking amazing titles that will never be on console that I can play over and over again, or that have storylines that are just like out of this world that I'd be able to make great content with, are available only on PC. And in order for me to have access to any of that shit, I'll have to like there's no choice. I have no choice. Um, but I mean, for games that come out on console, like for example, like your first person shooters and all that, like I'm just so accustomed to a controller that I'm not gonna waste time trying to memorize what a billion fucking buttons on a keyboard are gonna do. Like I know that these are my four main buttons. This is my move and look, and like there's no doubt that it's gonna be easier for me to handle. But other games, yeah, other games, for sure PC. Um, but I just think I'm going to have to move into that kind of
This
threshold
is
at
how
some
it
point.
starts, Hector. This is how it starts.
Then
Everybody I've ever known that crosses over to PC, this is exactly the same conversation.
then I guess that's what it is then.
No, 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 because you better not ever become one of those PC Master Race,
Oh
bro.
no, 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 that will not be me.
You better not become one of those people, because everybody I know that has gone to PC has started on Xbox or PlayStation, and they're like, yeah, no, keyboard just feels weird, but then they get used to it, and they're like, it actually feels better, and there's like better movement with the mouse, and it's way better aim. And I don't have to worry about like an aim bot because I am the bot. Like I control the aim, and it's just so much better. Like I can see it now, dude. I'm predicting it right now. You're going
Okay,
to be one of those PC Master Race dudes. Don't do
okay.
it. Don't do it. But in your defense, I can see what you're talking about. A lot of like the indie companies and stuff, they're not I'm trying to think of how to say this without like sounding bad, but they're not good enough. They're not big enough. They don't have enough clout to be picked up by a company to be on a console, so nobody wants to take a chance on them. So the easiest way for them to distribute their content is on the internet where everybody can just get it, whether it's free or a small price, anybody can access it. And for you, the games that you would like to play, you have more of an option on PC. You are correct. You are absolutely correct.
Yay.
Me, I usually when I and this is very bad because this is how cancerous video games have become, but if I see that you're not a big company, I'm just like, "Psh, piss off. I'm like, who are you? Who do you think you are? Think you deserve my $60 for a video game? Get out of here. What have you made? Nothing? No, get out of here, dude. Go make like six more games and we'll talk.
Right, right.
And that's sometimes how I have been, and I guess console gamers do have that mindset, but usually like I only mainly buy AAA titles. Now there has been indie games like Life is Strange I always thought was absolutely fucking stupid, but I heard you talk about it for so long and I was just like, "All right, maybe I'll check it out." And I checked it out and I did really end up liking it. So I'm into indie games, but I have to be pushed. I have to be pushed off a cliff, and then I end up liking them. But I don't end up doing them on my own. It's like skydiving. I'm not gonna get on a plane to jump out on purpose. Like to me that sounds stupid. But if I happen to end up on a plane in the sky and I get pushed out of the plane, I mean I have no choice but to fall.
Yeah, right, right.
So yeah. No, but for what you're trying to do, the content you're trying to get, the experience you're trying to reach, yeah, PC does make a lot more sense for you
Yeah.
for those kind of games. But I swear to God, if I see you playing like Destiny, Call of Duty, any of that shit on a PC, we're fucking done, dude. We're done. Absolutely not. You stay on console for that shit.
Well, yeah, of course. No, I can't. I can't play that shit with fucking
Yeah, I mean, you
PC.
do know like
Ugh.
90% of the games on PC you can use a controller though, right?
Well, yeah, yeah.
Now you can.
Which again wouldn't make any fucking sense because like when I right before I started pushing streaming on console, I especially when the first ever original season for Fortnite came out, I was checking out that on my laptop, but using a controller adapter.
Yeah,
And that's what I did. Um, so yeah, yeah, that's how I went about it.
right. Yeah, no, you know what? It's all right. I'll just tell everybody I knew you before the PC days.
Yeah, okay.
Before Hector's PC days. Back when he was semi-normal.
It's
He was a
semi-normal.
normie.
I'm not even normal now.
Well, no, but I mean you're normal.
Oh, my norm. Okay, got it.
Yeah,
Makes total
you're
sense.
normal. Yeah,
That's
yeah. Before the, oh my God, you're still playing console? Ugh.
so fun. I'm gonna be that guy.
You are gonna be that guy.
I'm gonna be that guy.
You're
Just
you're
for you.
already slightly crossing over, and you don't even see what you're doing to yourself. You're already transforming.
What do you mean? I'm already like crossing over. Do you know how long I've been saying PC, PC, but I haven't been able to because I don't want to spend any money on PC shit. I've been saying
But it's
this forever.
expensive, dude.
Yeah, dude. Like I
Even
just
though I don't know
can't.
why PC gamers like they say it's cheaper, and I'm like, all right, yeah, I can see like the humble bundles, like you can get like 100 games for like $10 sometimes. They're old ass games most of the time that nobody plays anymore.
Right.
But I guess like that's what PC gamers are playing. Like me, again, this is now the more I state it, it makes console players sound worse, but it's a very sick society of gaming. But like after like 6 months, nobody plays the game anymore. It's not cool to play. It's not popular to play. Nobody's playing anymore. They move on to another game. PC gamers tend to play the same game for like 30 years, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm playing World of Warcraft," and I'm like, nobody plays that anymore, dude. Or like, hey, I'm playing RuneScape. I
Oh
used to play
God.
RuneScape on fucking PC back when I had like this big ass Macintosh fucking 60-inch goddamn tube television monitor and shit.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I played RuneScape back in the day, but like nobody plays. I guess not nobody, but most people don't even talk about RuneScape anymore. but
Yeah.
PC players will.
Yeah. I won't be that guy
I
though.
don't know. You're gonna be that guy.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna be
Yeah,
that
you are. You're gonna be that guy.
guy.
You're gonna be like, it's so much cheaper to play on PC. There's cheaper ways to get around on console that not everyone just takes advantage of, like Game Pass or game sharing, which is so much fucking cheaper.
Right, right. The only reason why I think people say that PC is going to be that PC is cheaper is for the fact that when you have to like when games come out, the only thing you need to worry about is whether or not your components can handle the game, like the graphics cards and blah
Right.
blah blah. Now, this even still the downside to that is the fact that when things do upgrade, the upgrade item is so fucking expensive. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
either way, it'll still balance out the same way as, oh, there's this new game that's coming out, but I can only play it if I get this console. Let
Yeah.
me just get the console and then buy the game. Like, essentially, it's the same thing. I'm paying for the game, but then I'm paying for the component or the hardware that I need to run the game smoothly. I don't know.
Mhm.
Like, it kind of still, it's still the same shit, and I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
No, no, I get what you're saying, and I question the same thing. But then there's issues like games that I like to play. Like I want to say it was maybe Batman Arkham City
Mm,
and Red Dead Redemption 2. They just PC could not handle it at all. PC still can barely handle Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't know what is in the coding of that game, but it was made on a console for a console, and when they ported it to PC, it just didn't port properly.
hmm.
And for like the first 6 7 months of both of those games being out, they couldn't even be played on a PC. Like PC
Wow.
players were complaining that they had to wait so long for a patch or an update for it to work.
Yeah.
Now, I am also kind of experiencing the same issue with Cyberpunk. I mean, everyone's experiencing issues with Cyberpunk. I'm refusing. I own it. I'm refusing to play it. I haven't even loaded the game yet because I heard there's a Series X patch coming out soon. And if I'm going to play it, I would much rather play it on the best settings, the way it was meant to be played.
Mm,
So I'm just waiting for that patch.
okay.
So I guess it is kind of the same back and forth, but there's a lot of times where it happens more frequently with PC, where
Yeah.
certain games just don't play well on the PC because it wasn't made to have all of this extra access and ability to switch settings and shit. It was supposed to be made a certain way and played that way, and PC is like taking the bumpers off at bowling.
Yeah.
And some games aren't supposed to have the bumpers off.
Right. It's funny that you say that too, because another thing that I realized too that I've picked up on when I'm playing Warzone and I'm playing with I'm cross playing with people on PC. Sometimes, and I've heard this already tons of times, that they're complaining that it's taking forever to load in. And
Yep.
when I ask them, like, well, why is that? They say because first the game, like, obviously it loads the game itself. It loads the actual match, but
Hmm.
at the same time, it's downloading, or it's I guess downloading or loading like like shade files or shader files
Hmm.
in order to make everything like look normal. But you don't have to
Hmm.
worry about that being an issue with Warzone, because when Warzone's matches are loading, it's all one big package. Like it's
Right.
loading all at once. You don't have to
Yep.
have separate loading for it, and that's insane to me. Like, how did you code this game that on console it all loads in one fell swoop and then you're good to go, but then with PC you have to have like multiple or like side side downloads or side just different loadings for that. And why couldn't you just code it so it's done at the same time? Like, what's the problem?
Hmm. Hmm.
So that's another reason why I would never play this. I would never play certain games like that with fucking PC, because it's just I'm not gonna waste my time.
You say that now, man. then most of your viewers and subscribers will be like, well, I only own a PC. And then you're going to start playing more with your viewers and subscribers on PC because that's how they're going to interact with you. And then you're going to be like, oh, Xbox, I haven't even touched that in years.
Nah.
You
Nah.
say that now until you realize that a lot of your friends are switching over or they go to like let's not even talk about fucking PlayStation, but anybody who decides to disgrace gaming and go over to PlayStation, that's a lost cause. So you're going to be like, "Oh, well most of my friends are on PC now," and you're going to be that guy
Nope. Because most of the people that I play with are only on Xbox.
for now.
Well, I mean, when they switch, then I mean, I guess I'm just gonna have to cut them off. But
Uh, you say that now.
it's a beautiful end to the friendship. Oh, you're switching to PlayStation, or you going to PC? What about the console? You don't want to play console anymore? All right. Well, nice knowing
I
you.
just had this argument with my brother the other day. He's so fucking PlayStation, and he's like, "Bro, how can you be an Xbox guy? Like, come on, look at the games." And I'm like, "You mean your 4-hour demo of Black Spider-Man? That's
Oh
why you
yeah,
got a PlayStation?
yeah.
Like,
That's the
come
only
on, dude.
reason.
It's the same game. They just put a skin on Spider-Man so he looks like a black guy, and you stupidly enough paid for the same game,
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like,
and
it's the
it's
same
not even
thing.
a full game.
I
It's a
couldn't be me.
DLC.
Couldn't be me.
But even like showing off the games and shit, like the only like the coolest looking game they showed off was some stupid like VR cat game where like you play as a cat.
Oh yeah,
I'm
I've
like
seen that.
that's the coolest game you have. And he's like, well, what does Xbox have? And I'm like, well, I usually just play Destiny, which is on PC. I can play it on my fucking phone if I want to. It's on everything now. But I was like, there's Gears of War that I do occasionally like to play. There's Halo, and he's like, but they're not out right now. And I'm like, okay, but there's Game Pass, which if I pay, I don't know, what is it, like $120 a year, I think it is. I get all these new games that come out for free. Like
Right, right,
I can download, like I have Outriders downloaded right now and I don't even like the way it looks, but I can only imagine some fool who just paid $60 for that game and pre-ordered when $60 more he could have got a shit ton of more games throughout the year for free.
right.
And I'm just like, Game Pass is so much better, dude. So much better than
I
what
yeah,
PlayStation offers.
I enjoy Game Pass. I really do.
And even like what I don't understand is my brother, I hate sports games with a passion. My brother loves NBA and Madden, and I'm like, EA Pass is part of Game Pass now. If you had an Xbox, you just pay one fee a year. You get your Xbox Live, you get your Game Pass. You'll never have to buy another sports game in your life. Like you get them
Right.
for free. And I'm like,
Yup.
I don't understand how you're just like, oh, PlayStation. And he's like, how about the weird controller? And I'm like, weird controller? Why do you have like this McDonald's toy with a touchpad that
The
lights up in
touchpad.
case you fucking lose it in the dark? Like, I don't, what is this stupid thing? Why does it have a giant beam that just generates out of the back of it? I don't need this thing. And what's with this touchpad? I don't want to use a touchpad when I'm gaming. Just
Yeah.
use a keyboard and mouse, dude. It's like a stupid like mouse pad on your controller. What is the point of that?
Yeah, I've never understood that the touchpad thing. Like, why? Why is this a thing?
And he's like, well, the haptic feedback is so cool. And I was like, to be honest with you, dude, like I turn my vibration off on my controller. So I wouldn't even feel the haptic feedback anyways. I would turn it off. And he's like, well, that just doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, yeah, it does. I don't play with vibration, so I wouldn't even notice that feature. I would never even know what that feature is. I'm like, what do you need haptic feedback for? Do you just like sit there in a game and get shot at on purpose and just put your controller on your crotch? Or like, what are you doing?
I probably would.
Why do you need haptic feedback on your controller? That shouldn't be a selling point for a $500 console.
Well, I mean, everybody needs a vibrator, so that's why they're going to PlayStation.
Well, I don't, dude. I can't even. I don't even know if I can disagree or agree to that statement. It's just I don't know.
It's
It's
PlayStation.
weird.
It's
It's
PlayStation.
weird. We had that conversation. He's like, "There's not even any good games," and I'm like, Xbox just bought Bethesda, like probably one of the biggest companies in the world in gaming, and you're telling me they don't have anything. And I'm like, Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Thief, and well, I don't play any of those games. I'm like, just because you don't play them, they're not big franchises. Like I don't like Call of Duty, but I'm not going to deny that it's one of the top selling franchises in history.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
or even like Blizzard games as well too.
yeah.
But yeah, yeah, no, I totally, I'm totally with you on that. Like, I don't, I right now, I see no need to ever want a PlayStation. I mean, like, aside from the fact that I've already had Xbox for so long that I'm already so like, dead set on preferring Xbox. Like, there has not been anything that's enticed me to say, okay, maybe I should switch, or maybe I should, get like a PlayStation on the side. Like, why? What does it benefit me? Like, I don't. There isn't anything.
Yeah. The only time I had a PlayStation when like it wasn't my choice. My mom bought me a PS2 way back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
and that was then. The only time that I ever had a PlayStation on my own choice was when I had a 360 and Blu-rays came out and I needed a Blu-ray player and I found a PS3 really cheap because I worked at Game Craze and somebody sold a PS3 and I think I bought it for like 120 bucks used with like I had like some store credit and shit. So I ended up buying a PS3 and it literally just became my Blu-ray player. I think I played God of War 3 on it for like 3 or 4 hours, and then for the next year and a half, it was just a dusty Blu-ray player.
Yeah, I've actually tried the PS4 when not right when it came out, but um, not sometime after it came out. I decided to get it for myself as a Christmas gift with the first Battlefront
Hmm.
release, and I loved it. I loved the game. I loved the game. But like after a while of playing it, like it just bored the fuck out of me. And I immediately switched back over to Xbox, and I sold the PS4 off for almost the same amount that I bought it for, because it was like
Yeah.
it was barely touched, and like I if anything I had it for like 2-3 months, and I played it maybe a total of 3 times. That's it. That's it, because everything else was Xbox.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. I hope stuff gets better this year. I hope things happen this year. I don't think it will. Usually I'm trying to be the optimistic person, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to be the realistic person right now. And I don't think we're really gonna have any big exciting things happening this year. Games, movies, concerts. I don't think we're gonna have any big anything this year. And I know like a lot of like wrestling shows are promoting that. Oh, hey, we're opening up, and WWE's talking about they're going on tour, and I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're trying to plan for it. You're trying to plan for it because obviously that's where your money is going on tour and doing shows and shit like that. I'm like, but it's not. I don't see any of that like legit happening until maybe next year, honestly.
Yeah.
I know it's still early in this year, but I don't see anything getting back to anywhere close to normal. Maybe some places might be like, "Hey, you don't have to wear a mask anymore," which we actually had that conversation a few days ago where
Yeah.
places here are doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
Mm-hmm.
like the only normalcy I see happening anytime soon, like this
Right.
year.
Right. Right. Which is it's still better step in a good direction than anything else, but on that kind of scale, yeah, probably not.
Right. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll be highly surprised in like the next 6 months or so, but I don't foresee it happening. I see a lot of companies, and I'm not trying to downplay COVID, but a lot of companies are using this. Well, the game released unfinished, and there's a lot of bugs because we can't like be in our company building, and we have to work from home. And I'm just tired of companies using that excuse. Like
Yeah,
I understand, I get it, but there's companies even like Destiny, they had to push back some of their DLC, which is fine. I get that. I'd rather things be pushed back to be properly worked on, but when things get pushed back and it still is lacking, and then your response is, "Well, we're all working from home." I've seen some of these companies that they work from home and their setups are like powerhouse Alienware computers that they're working on, that it's the same laptop that they just brought from their work building to come home.
yeah,
So you can still come up with some kind of content that's close to what you were originally doing. You might
right,
just not have as many hands on, or it might take a little longer because you have to transfer it online back and forth between different developers to fine tune shit. But it can still get done, just not as fast as we're used to.
right, right, right.
So these companies using this COVID excuse, I think right now it's honestly just been an excuse. They've had a full year to deal with it, to restructure their companies, to find out what works better. And when you're still promising things at a regular speed, knowing that it's not going to be done at a regular speed, I don't find that acceptable anymore.
Yeah, no, I agree. There was a lot of time for them to. I mean, regardless of how well or how vaccinated or how much or the decrease of infection or blah blah whatever the case is, regardless, when everything started shutting down and these backup plans for working at home became a thing, they should have already developed something in place that for an extended amount of time that they would be able to function at least at half capacity that they would in their actual offices. That there should have been something in place. If you haven't been able to figure it out by now, then that says more of you, more about you as a company than it does as your developers. Because obviously, because the employees, not up to them to develop the workaround. That's not their job. Their job is to develop.
Dude, I seen for Destiny 2 Beyond Light expansion when that was coming out. It was supposed to come out in September. It got pushed back to like I think December, maybe like November, December time. It got pushed back
Hmm.
a couple of months. I seen the making of documentary of that DLC. It was like a 30-minute Vidoc or like a 20-minute Vidoc where they actually show some of the developers using everyday items in their house to make the noises in the game. There was a pregnant developer. She used her fucking breast pump as
Mm,
one of the sounds in the game for an enemy. Now, as
nice.
weird as that sounds, that was very cool, very useful. Like she didn't just be like, "You know what? I can't think of the right sound." She found the sound in her everyday life to
Mm-hmm.
plug it into a sound clip.
Yep. I've learned about that in audio production too. That like when you're working on a project or you're working on like special sound effects, like you don't just use a keyboard and some weird, not weird, but like some kind of audio software to warp sounds. Is like, what does it sound like? Think about like just everyday shit. Like, what
Mm.
does it sound like to you? And then go grab it. Does it sound like a plastic garbage can? Go grab it. Does this motor, or do you think this ship sounds like a fan? Grab the fan and then put a piece of paper so it gets that slapping sound, so it sounds like like an engine is being destroyed, or I don't know, whatever. But like there's very common shit that you can fuck around with in everyday life, like just everyday items. I
Right.
I, I right when you said it, I'm like, yep, I remember, because there's a lot of shit that I've seen in like some of my audio engineering classes back when I was at MCC, that they talked about that, and they played a bunch of videos where people were doing that for film.
Mhm. So, I don't know. I mean, I think that's why we're not getting any like big announcements and shit. Like Disney apparently, I don't think Disney knows that coronavirus is a thing. Because
Mm.
Disney, like, they're announcing all these movies, TV shows, all this production. I do think that they are. trying to ignore it because they keep saying that Black Widow is coming out in theaters
Mm.
and they don't want to put it on digital and they keep pushing it back even further and further and further. Like, I think they're just trying to ignore coronavirus. But I mean, they're putting out these shows. They're definitely still doing recording. Things might get pushed back a little because, your main actor might contracted it or been exposed. So like, you got to shut down production for a week or two. But
Yeah.
I mean, they're still pumping content out, man.
Yeah.
Mandalorian was all recorded. Season 2 was all recorded during COVID. The Falcon Winter Soldier show that I've been watching has been really fucking good. That's been recorded during it. WandaVision's been recorded during it. So like, there shouldn't be any excuses. I understand that people's processes are gonna have to change the way that it's done. And even like Space Jam, like let's say
Yeah.
that crowd is because of COVID, but they found a way around it. They didn't be like, you know what, guys, we're gonna put this movie off for the next 2 years until we can have a million people on screen. Like, no.
Right, right. Yep, yep. And who knows how long that they've already been filming up to this point that COVID hit and then they had to find a workaround. But they still managed to get a release date.
Right. Yep. Absolutely. So, yeah, I don't know. I was talking to my friend the other day about Outriders coming out, and I couldn't even load the game for like 2 days straight. It just wouldn't let me log in. And then I found out that I had to physically hold down the power button on my console and then unplug the plug from the back of the console for 15 seconds and plug it back in, do a fresh hard reset just for my system to register that the
Good
game
lord.
came out. Yeah, which is stupid. And he's like, well, it's release. And I'm like, no, dude, stop. I'm tired of that being a common situation where we're just like, oh, it's the first day that it's released. Make sure it's fucking properly ready to be released before you release a fucking product. I'm sick
Call of
and
Duty.
tired.
Call of Duty.
I'm Destiny has the same problem too. I'll be right there with it. But it's been a common thing where people are like, "Oh man, it's release day. We're not going to be able to play it for the first couple of days anyways." That should not be an acceptable factor in gaming anymore.
Right. If it's a release date, it means it's ready for me to fucking play if I want it.
Hmm.
I shouldn't have to download it on release day, but not be able to play it for the first couple hours or 24 hours or even couple days because of so many people flooding the servers. How many
Right.
times have you released major titles of the same game and it's been a complete shit show because of overflowing of your servers? You
Yep.
mean to tell me, with the mass amount of millions and millions of dollars that you're making off of these titles, and you cannot purchase or you cannot work on expanding what you have to be able to buffer out the uptick and usage? Because of course, like with every game, it's the same thing. You get hit heavy for the first fucking 2-3 months, if that, of new players who are playing a title, especially when it comes to big things like Destiny, Call of Duty, Battlefield, and then after a couple months, those people are kind of like, meh, okay, meh, or whatever. Like they drop off. Then that eases up a little bit. But like if you don't work on expanding that to make it good for all, don't say that there's a release date. Don't even say, like, just say the game is available to download as of this date, but don't say that it's going to be your launch date, because launch means you can play it. Call of Duty, I'm talking to you with that. Cold War was the worst investment of my fucking life. I mean, the game is good in essence. Like, for what it is, it's a great game. I downloaded the game. I could not get into a match for like 3 hours. Like, I just could not get into it because it was overcrowded. And
Yep.
on top of that, it was glitchy, it was buggy, it kept booting us off the game. Like, it was just constant problems. And here we are 7 months later, and I'm still dealing with the same shit. And it just gets worse and worse. And Warzone has been out for like what, 2 years now. 2 years, if not more. And I'm still seeing glitches. I'm still seeing issues. The loading is still trash. Game chat is still garbage. So you mean to tell me, with the amount of people who are buying into your blueprints, your loadouts, your accessories, etc., etc. You mean with all of that happening, you still haven't been able to manage some of the most simple shit. Like and it sucks
Yeah.
because although we know these issues, we're still gonna buy into the shit. We're still gonna keep
Yeah.
doing it, like, and it's unfortunate. So I can't even say that I'm like innocent of that. But I would just wish they would stick to their word.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish a lot of these developers would. The the production companies, the developers, yeah. It should not be a thing to where, it's, oh well, it's the first week it came out. No, fuck you. The first week I should be able to play. I told him, I was like, look, I don't mean to be a dick, but like I have the Ferrari of Xbox consoles. I have the brand new expensive console. I shouldn't have any goddamn issues. Like, not trying to be a dick about it, but I should be able to play before the older console people are playing. And I'm having the issue, and he's on the original Xbox One and he was able to get onto the game no problem. And I'm like,
Yeah.
shit like that should not be a fucking issue, dude. That should be worked out ahead of time. You should have these things done. Like, that's what a demo is. That's what a beta is. You should be able to figure out, oh, okay, we expect, you know, this many people to be on because of our beta, and then let's add on the pre-orders, and then let's double those numbers just in case we get an influx of people talking about it. So then when the day the game comes out, we should be fine. We shouldn't be stressing that much.
Right,
That's what
exactly.
a beta should be. It's basically a stress test for your servers. That's basically what it is, or what it should be, or I guess what it used to be. But yeah, I played like Outriders a couple months ago when the fucking, maybe it was like a month and a half ago, when the beta came out, and there was issues, but I could at least log into the game. Then you're telling me your finished product, I can't even register that the game is there. Like, it won't fucking load.
That, you know what? It's funny that you mentioned that. Like, okay, I don't know if you've already heard this, so I'm pretty sure you have because it is an issue. But what I've been noticing, as far as like your issue, like you said, you made a reference to like cave and load the fucking game. And again, I'm gonna, because this is a hot button issue for me personally. Is again Activision and the world of Call of Duty. I do not under fucking stand that whenever there is a major update, there is a possibility that all prior updates, including the game itself, gets deleted off of my fucking system. So
Uh-huh.
you mean to tell me you're gonna give me, okay? So you're updating the let's say you're updating the graphics on the game, and the update so happens to be a fucking stupid ass 65 gigabyte update. I do the update, right? I do the update to improve the color. Has nothing to do with the aspect of the game or the mechanics. We're just uploading, or yeah, we're downloading just how vibrant the color is in the environment. Why, when I download the update, do I need to go then and reinstall the game and then every single fucking map pack in the game itself if I was just improving the color?
Yeah.
What kind of logical diarrhea is happening in the offices of these developers that they say, you know what? I'm going to make sure their sound quality is better, but I'm going to fucking delete the game. Like, what is that? Why is that a thing? And you know, the reason why I brought it up is because it just happened. They had some kind of like weird update, and the update was like 55. It was like 55 gig. But luckily, Spectrum had a really good connection, and I was able to download it like quickly. So I got it done, and then I went to jump in. My my Call of Duty Cold War was there, Warzone was there, but my Modern Warfare, the campaign was gone, the multiplayer was gone, the special ops were gone, and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? So then I had to go through and look at all of my add-ons. And if it was an issue with me not installing the add-on in the past, the add-on wouldn't fucking be there. I'd have to go to the store to get it. But it's there. They're all listed, but it's all not installed. Like, what? How? How is this? So I have to spend another like 3 hours installing everything all over again. And again, it's all over the randomest shit. And on top of that, you know what? I'm going to go on a fucking rant. I don't give a fuck. So on top of that, even with these minuscule ass updates that they make to anything, and even, okay, and this is the worst part. Okay, so you heard about the stim glitching, right?
Yeah.
So the stim glitching is where you can do something in the pre-game lobby-ish thing, where I believe it's like you throw a grenade. I think it's like you use the stim, or no, not this because it's not available. You throw the grenade, and once you throw the grenade, you pick it up or some shit, and then like something happens, and then after that, as long as you have the stim in your fucking like loadout when you get it, that you can continuously use the stim, so you can hide in the gas and just continuously stim yourself, and it's going to maintain your life. And then once the circle finally closes, that's it. You're dead. Like you're guaranteed to win. And so like there was this update that they when Cold War started to include, not Cold War, where Activision started to include the Cold War guns into Warzone. The update that happened for that was maybe like, it wasn't too big. It was like 40 something odd like gigs. So all they were fucking doing was including the Cold War weapons. Why did they bring back the glitch? It like the immediately after that came back, the glitch was there. They allowed that glitch to happen, or they allowed the one glitch that happened that they quote unquote fixed, but they never fucking fixed. When you have a loadout and you throw your loadout marker down, you literally just crouch underneath where the box is gonna drop. When it drops, it'll knock you underneath the map. And then you can run around and kill anyone who's outside under the map. Like, you were only adding guns. What? How? If you are only adding guns, how are you fucking up the glitches that you fixed? Like, why? So, like, this is that, and that's an example. Like, how are you going to make a simple update to something and fuck up everything else? It's insane. And the thing is, again, that goes back to still kind of pointing most of the blame on consumers like you and I, because we still buy into it. We still feed them. It's like we're giving them a free pass. Like, we'll bitch and moan and constantly complain about it, but then they're going to release something and we'll be like, okay, that's cool. Well, because you provided us a product, we're still going to deal with you making these fucking mistakes. And I do it. I do it because it's my game.
I do it too.
It's my game. I got to play it. But, like, at some point, where do we draw the line? Like, where do we draw the line to, like, if you are providing a product, if you are providing a service, when are we going to draw the line to say, like, okay, we are paying you good fucking money. You make good fucking money to provide us a item or a service or a product that you are advertising is going to be XYZ, and you don't deliver. Like, when are we going to start kind of like pushing back on it? I don't think that's ever going to happen. To be completely honest, I don't think so.
Probably not. Probably not.
We're such hypocrites, bro. We're such hypocrites.
Probably not.
Oh, what a good chat. This was good.
This was needed.
This was good. I really enjoyed this topic. Pent up aggression with these fucking games right now.
Well, I guess it's better than attacking TikTokers, right?
We're not gonna get into that. We're not gonna get into that. I think
We'll
I'm
save
doing
that
very well
for
now.
we'll save that for next week's episode.
Yeah, I think I'm doing okay for now.
Yeah, until later today, you're gonna be like, you know what? You know what? I've been wanting to make this.
You know,
I've been wanting to
I
make this
got something
video.
to say. Fuck you, couch. And you stank asses that sit on it. All right.
Man,
Fisting.
that's harsh. Well, with that being said, sir, I have some laundry and shit I gotta take care of, and I got a raid I gotta do in Destiny in about 15 minutes. So I think
Nice.
here's a good point to end the episode for the week.
Yeah, no, definitely agree. Definitely agree. It was great to get back into it. Um, man, it's been a couple months. Um,
It has. Last upload was 2 months ago.
yeah, holy shit. Well, I mean, no, it felt good to finally do this again.
Hell yeah.
It'd be great to get back into it, especially now that the weather is going to start changing up soon here. So it'd be dope to get back on it.
April
But
Fools, we're still in winter.
April Fools, we're not giving you another fucking episode. We just wanted to tease you.
Oh shit.
But all right, man, I'll let you get ready and get set up for your raid. I'm gonna go get some fucking lunch. I'm hungry as a bitch.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, man, ladies and gentlemen, that is episode 16. Absolutely great to kind of be doing this again. It was great to have just a long drawn out discussion, and we got a lot more shit that we can talk about. We'll be bringing that up next week. I got some updates on a lot of things happening. But yeah, we will see you guys next week. And again, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week.
Jimmy's mom.
And there it is. I sound like a dying bird.